Hey, welcome back to another episode of Big John's Cooking. Today, we're doing a southern dessert. It's called the butter roll. Stick around. It's gonna be delicious. Alright, I almost got ahead of myself. Now what I got here is 2 cups of self-rising flour. I'm gonna go with a tablespoon of baking powder. You know, really don't need this self-rising flour, but I'm wanting a little extra lift in my flour there. Set this aside here. Get me a whisk. Just to combine that a little bit. We're gonna add a little salt. About a teaspoon. And we're going to put in some sugar. Just 1/3 of a cup of sugar. Just get it around. Just to get it all incorporated. We got a little, about 3/4 of a cup of flour here, and I got on cotton gloves so we don't really get the hand heat onto the butter and make it melt, because I want this to get kind of mealy. So we're gonna work this butter in, this flour, get this started good here. Now, I'm not going to bore y'all to death with holding you here watching me mess with this, so I'll bring you back when I got it done. Alright, I got that worked in. I got me a cup of milk here, and we're just going to work this in. Just a little bit at a time. Get us a good dough going here. Set that to the side. Alright, that's looking good. Let me get some flour down on my cutting board, well, down on my rolling sheet so we can bring this together. Alright, I got my flour down. Check my dough out. Put that in the sink. Toss this around. Try to bring this together here. Guess we're gonna have to go ahead and get our hands dirty. But I've done this on video for you before. I'll put that down in my link. My homemade biscuits. This comes together. Like that. Get all this excess off my fingers. Looking good. All right. Let's get cleaned up here. And we'll move on to our next step. I'll bring you back as soon as we get there. Alright. Got my trusty rolling pin out. We're going to dust up this just a little bit more. And then roll her out. Now, I'm not a big baker, and I'm not going to pretend like I am. But there's a couple of things I've made. I've made a butter roll before, but it's been years ago. My oldest sister, no, not the oldest, but next to the oldest sister, showed me how. So I'm trying to remember. So y'all bear with me a bit while I try to remember how to get this done. I called her up and she said, well, just make you some biscuits, baby. And that'll do just fine. So I do have a recipe for biscuits, and like I said, I'm gonna put that in the description down there. So I think I've rolled this out pretty good here. Now I'm gonna divide this, and I'm stacking up dishes here, y'all, in half as best as I can. Just like that. Now this is a butter roll, y'all. It is very, very rich in butter, sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, cream. So there's some more butter I'm putting in there. I'm finna add my sugar and my nutmeg and my cinnamon. Nutmeg. Cinnamon. You can be a little friendly with that. And sugar. Now I remember from my grandmother, and I put about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more in each one. But I remember when my sister and grandmother made these, oh man, they make your eyes water with the sugar and cinnamon and everything they put in there. I'm being nice. I'm not putting as much as them. So stand by. We're gonna move to the next step. All right, I'm gonna spray this pan right quick. Just like that. All right, we're gonna try to roll this up. Just like that. Fold up the ends. Looks good. Let's work on the second one. All right, got them in the pan. We're gonna add some more sugar. And like I told you, it's gonna be sweet and buttery. All right, got the butter in. Gonna put us some heavy cream in here. It's gonna be rich. Looks good. A little bit more cinnamon. And just a little bit more nutmeg. And I'm gonna add a little bit more cream to this and a little bit of regular milk. So a little bit of regular milk just to help it out. Just a tad bit more heavy cream there. That's good. We got it running up just up the sides there. And I'm gonna toss in the last bit of this butter for good measure, just because I can. And we're going into the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes. And we'll check on it, see where we're at. Alright, fresh out the oven. We're gonna let this cool down a little bit before we cut into it. Bring it back for that moment. Alright, we're back. It's cooled down a little bit. Now this is the way a butter roll looked like when I was coming up. Right way, wrong way, I'm not sure, but they didn't look like cinnamon rolls, that's for sure. But that's the way they cooked it in my house. Somebody else's house might have been different, and that might be the easier way to do it these days. But this is how I'm gonna cut it up. That piece looks like it's a little too big. So, give me a plate, and give this a try. My mouth is watering. This is looking delicious to me. So let me get a sample here. Oh yeah, that looks fantastic. Get us a little of that sauce going there. Drizzle on top. Now some ice cream will set this off, but we'll save that for another moment. It's still steaming hot, so you gotta give this a try. Whether you make it like cinnamon roll or do it like I did, or find your own way of doing it. Nevertheless, the recipe is on point. This is absolutely delicious. And if you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Tell a friend about me. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment and give this a try. We'll see you on the next one.